all that stuff.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 129. We're going to have really good guests today. We've got Yale Yang live with us. We're going to get him all the questions. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to do it all right after this.
Wow, this is awesome.
Boom.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, bro.
No,
Appreciate it.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure, man. Sorry, it's a little bit crazy when I set up the shows. It gets a little crazy because I'm also super busy. So I basically pick like a day. This is the day. It used to be a Wednesday, but now we moved it to Tuesday, and it's just that's the day. Focus, on the podcast, building the podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah. So
glad to be here, man.
129 weeks in a row. It's
I am number 129.
That's right. That's it, man. Yeah. So it's cool, man. So maybe you can introduce yourself before the wings show up.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, they're waiting for me to do the intro before the wings show up. So I mean,
okay, that's probably it. Yeah, that's right. That's
okay. All right. So everyone out there, I'm Yale Yang. So I mean, in Taiwan, I do go by the director name Yang易. So it's I'm a director, mostly commercials, and videos. I'm also a screenwriter in Taiwan. So I won some awards, a few years back, and now I do screenwriting, directing,
awesome,
creating. Yeah.
So when you say screenwriting, for somebody like myself who has no idea what the difference is between all these things, like what is sort of the screenwriting? Like you're writing the script?
Yep, the script. From the idea, from picking the idea, the concept, and then developing the story, the characters, and then you get into the nitty-gritty of writing the script, the actual script, and then you have a final script. So, I mean, that's basically screenwriting 101.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All good? Yeah. So what about the process? Like, so where would you get an idea? Like, what inspires you to create?
I mean, anything in my life, man. It's from your life, basically. I mean, that's where artists I do consider myself an artist.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. We get our ideas everywhere. I mean, anywhere from life, from past experiences, interesting stories from friends. Anything that sparks your imagination, and then you're able to turn it into a story. So I mean. Wow. And it has to be a compelling story because you have to take the audience all the way, the whole 9 yards of the whole story. And it can't be a short story. It can't be a story that lacks, a middle and end. It has to be the whole thing. So it's a craft. I mean, it is a skill set.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, one that I don't have. That's why I asked the question.
You have a different skill set.
That's why I asked.
Which will be showing up soon.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, I'm not sure what's taken so long, but yeah. Cool, brother. So let's start from the beginning, right?
Where do you want to start?
Let's start from the beginning. The book is like let's start from your beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Right, because the book is kind of like the now, right?
It is.
It's the now thing. So we'll definitely get to the book.
No problem.
But we'll start with you, born in Taiwan.
Yep.
Moved to Mississippi.
To the States, to Mississippi.
Okay,
stayed there for a few years.
Okay.
And I came back. I was there. I was in Mississippi for almost 7 years, basically.
Okay.
So I did have like a really bad, well, not bad, but a version of a Southern accent back then.
Oh, really? Oh, I was going to say, where's the accent?
I dropped
it. Okay. Well, I think when the accents change, It
does.
Funny thing is, I'm Canadian, right? So there's this one girl who used to go, to my to my high school, and she's in the UK now. She moved when I came here, I think she went to the UK, and for some reason she was going through some stuff, and I got a random message like, hey, I just need someone to talk to you for a second. Oh, cool. Yeah, call me up. So, Facebook, Messenger, whatever, right? Get this call, and it's like a total UK British accent. And she's like, well, you just sound fully American now. And I'm like, really? What? It's like, whoa, it's kind of crazy because I mean, I don't know how much different the Canadian and the American accent is, but I don't think it's different. That much.
A little bit. When you think Ryan Reynolds, that's more of a Canadian accent.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know he was Canadian, but yeah, there you go. See, I'm a bad Canadian.
No, he's a proud Canadian.
Okay, that's funny. That's very cool, man. So, what brought you to Mississippi, and at what age were you there?
Okay. I went there because my parents, especially my dad, he was getting his education in the States. So he studied his master's and PhD in Mississippi. And so I was there because of that. And so I was lucky enough to be
Shifa, can you send the wings out? Yeah.
To be in the in the Western education system for the first few years of my life.
And which age was that you were there?
I went there when I was 3.
Okay, so the really early education stuff.
Really early, 3 to 10, which is usually when because I also studied psychology in college, so
that's cool.
That is the age where you develop your personality.
Yes.
So
agree.
That is mainly. So I mainly had like a more of a Western personality.
Okay.
To begin with in my early life.
Gotcha.
And then I moved back to Taiwan.
And then you came back here and
when I was 10.
opposite, right?
It was totally opposite.
Yeah,
the education system here is just vastly different.
Very different, yeah.
I don't really want to compare because I don't think there's not much to compare.
Yeah.
But it's just more individual thinking on the Western side, more of a, collectiveness, academic, feel.
Very heavy academic.
Competitive.
Yeah.
And all that in Taiwan. So that's more of a the Eastern
East versus West, right? Yeah.
East versus West. And the interesting thing is that I share this with my friends a lot.
Yeah.
And my friends who've heard me speak in Chinese and English, they know this.
Okay.
Because then I came back to Taiwan, then I spoke mostly Chinese, right?
Sure, of
Mandarin,
course, Mandarin. Yeah, sure.
So,
we say Chinese here, but then when the people back home, they're like, Mandarin.
Anything. Well, I mean, it's the interesting thing is I actually developed 2 sets of personalities.
I agree.
I don't have personality disorder, so to speak, but I do have a different persona when I speak in a different language. So
100%.
then again, so when I'm speaking English, this is what I feel like.
Okay.
And so it's different, but
I
then
agree.
if I switch to Chinese, which I can switch right now. 大家好，我是杨易导演。那我今天来到 Eddys 的餐厅，我觉得非常开心。It's a different persona.
For sure.
It's just it's really interesting. So it's based on the education system. So that I got my, let's say, American personality.
Yeah.
In the U.S. while I was studying, when I was immersed in the English language.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think I agree, actually.
It's very interesting.
So for me, I'm born in Canada, right? But my parents are Mexican, right?
Oh,
so that's why the restaurant is Mexican. Mom and dad are both Mexican.
Cool.
People are always like, are you half Mexican and half Canadian? I'm like, no, actually, it's hard to explain because I was born in Canada, but my parents are Mexican. So at home, we speak Spanish. We eat Mexican food, and it's just how it is, right? And then when you go outside, you speak English, and it's really Canadian. So I had the cool thing is that I kind of grew up choosing like a buffet of like cultures, right? I'm like, I think this is fantastic about Mexico. I think this is fantastic fantastic about Canada. This sucks about Mexico. This sucks about Canada. So I'm just gonna, choose what I like. And then almost 20 years ago, this is gonna be December this year will be 20 years in Taiwan, right? And so I've been here, like I'm 43, so I've been here almost half my life, right? So, and most of my adult life. And so I definitely know the culture here pretty well.
Right.
And also I love it here. So obviously if I've been here for so long, and I just, definitely when I speak a certain like it's definitely,
it's a different part of your life.
It's like, it's a total different part. Like when I speak, no problem. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Anyways,
No, but it is amazing. It's a slice of your life.
Yeah.
And it just it turns into a part of your personality.
Yes.
And it manifests. You can see it when you speak different languages.
No, for sure. Like
so
like when I go to Mexico and we speak Spanish and everything is it's funny because the Spanish that I speak. It's really like it's a really Mexican ghetto Spanish. It's so ghetto, right?
Yeah.
So when I go back, everybody's just making fun of each other, and it's just like it's really a certain
it's
style.
Really out there.
It's just like, and then being here, having a Mexican restaurant, I get Latinos from all over the country, from all over the world, and I get lots of like people from embassies and stuff like that, right? And obviously I'm not going to speak like this ghetto-y, like dirty slang Mexican Spanish. So when I speak Spanish with them, I have to keep this like really proper filter on my Spanish. So because my brain just goes into like, yes, like whatever, right, into Spanish. So I have to be like,
you would love to swear.
Yeah, so it's just like, you speak, and I have to keep it really clean. When you go back to Mexico, it's just like, cabrón, you're just like, shoot. So it's crazy. It's crazy, and yeah. So I 100% get it. I 100% get it. And then when I speak, Chinese here, it's also like a different personality. I think it's more it's closer to the Mexican one than the Canadian one.
Really?
Yeah, because I have a lot of Taiwanese friends, and what do? If we go out and we have drinks, and everybody's just like, busting each other's balls and stuff. So it's more similar, I think, to the Mexican.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's interesting.
I definitely get it. Yeah. But 100%, man, I agree. And when you got to keep a filter on it, it's weird.
It is.
Do you think like even they have to put a filter on, and you both like in your minds you're like?
I mean, I don't consider it more as like a filter.
I have to, but yeah.
I think of it more as a choice. Like I get to switch into a different character or a different
that makes
feel.
sense. Yeah.
I mean, I do get that, but there are certain occasions where there is a mask, on, quote, you do need to put on a mask of some sort.
For sure, yeah.
But then again, it's very among friends.
Yeah, of course. For sure, that's different.
I get to choose. I get to choose if I want to be the American dude, or if I want to be the Chinese dude. Basically.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like linguistic psychology that goes in there, right? Because like some cultures make fun of each other while being loud, and some cultures make fun of each other like the Brit humor. It's sarcastic, it's dark, and it's not loud. But then Indian humor, or even Mexican or Latino humor, it's loud. You're laughing
and dirty.
Exactly.
It is.
Exactly. So I think that's why we talk like it gets a bit different when it comes to personalities that way.
It's like a different part of your brain almost, right?
It is. It is.
Because there's no one key to all.
Neurons to do the to create a different personality. Basically, it's so interesting.
So the $1 million question is, when you're creating, which side are you using? Are you using your American dude side, or are you using your Chinese dude side?
When I pick up chicks, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, man,
that's definitely the American.
That's the American
dude
side. Well, you got to use that side.
I mean, I'm not gonna get anywhere with the Chinese personality.
Everybody's very quiet and shy, right?
Yeah. Come on, who wants that dude?
Yeah, I understand.
Seriously, man.
I understand.
I mean, everyone wants this dude.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, everyone wants this dude.
But then again, when you are in an academic setting and stuff. Oh, and also if you're on if you're talking business and stuff, it's more formal.
Yeah.
The Chinese personality does sort of boost my my logic, my ability to process logically and organize stuff. It does, because in Taiwan we were trained to do that.
Yeah.
But not so much when I'm speaking English. It just flows like that.
Yeah.
It's very different.
It's funny, and then.
But you have two sets of skills that you can utilize whenever you want.
I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that the Chinese / Mandarin, I guess part of my brain is so like, it's just like assimilated to like the Mexican side. So actually, a lot of the times people come, man, I'm speaking Spanish, and we'll just fill out Spanish conversation, and then like I'll have like a blank, and then I'll fill in the blank with Chinese, like subconsciously, and people are just like, if they're not from here, they're just like, what the hell happened to you, dude? Like, I know, crazy.
Interesting. Yeah. So
All
I mean,
good?
to answer your question,
Yes.
how?
All good.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.
There we go.
So your question was, what side actually? I mean,
Yes,
creatively. Sir. Okay. All right. So when in screenwriting,
yes,
screenwriting is actually, I mean, the whole left brain, right brain thing. It's not. I mean, in psychology, it's sort of debunked right now.
Okay. Well, you're the psychology guy. Okay.
Well, yeah,
okay.
I do study. Cool. I'm not a psychologist, but I did study psychology. So now we know left brain, right brain is debunked. But still, we still love the idea. I mean, we call it more of the creative brain and the logical brain. So
there you go. That makes total sense.
Right.
Yeah,
it's just not so it's not so left brainy or right brainy anymore.
Okay.
But then again, like when we're creating in screenwriting, and it also changes. I mean, you need both basically.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
And like for example, I do most of my creative brain work. I don't know, like midnight, 1 a.m.
Okay.
That's when the good stuff kicks in.
Okay.
Right? And a lot of artists share the same. That's when you get, the nice stuff.
Yeah, I think in the morning you're just kind of like, oh, yeah.
Well, in the morning, I am
whatever,
more. I do have a routine because I did learn from various writers.
What's a routine? What's a typical routine?
Wake up. I gotta send my kid to school. 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
So
how old's your kid?
5-year-old.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Kindergarten.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good age. Yeah.
Pain in the butt, but
Okay. Hey.
I guess it's a kind of good pain.
Yeah. No, it's good, man.
Some people do like pain in the butt, and just it's a weird sense, but there you go. But
okay. Very cool.
But
very
it's
cool.
nice to see a little you.
Oh yeah.
Experiencing the world where you kind of forgot how that felt.
Yeah,
and
you get to kind of like a second childhood, right?
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
I have a little girl too. She's 10,
nice.
and
wow,
and from like
beautiful.
age 3 to 10, it's been like a second childhood. But I get to buy whatever I want, so that's kind of nice. That's kind of good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Let's just let's do this. It's like, all right, well, let's
you buy this, and your wife's like,
what is
wait,
this?
Did you want that, or did you I mean,
like,
are you sure it's the kid that wants you want?
It's crazy. She also has like a video game streaming channel because I have all the gear. So I remember the first time she
like Minecraft stuff?
Yeah,
Did you do
Minecraft,
that, or?
Roblox, yeah. So the first, she doesn't even watch TV. She watches YouTube. So the first time she was playing a video game, she was just talking the whole way, like narrating through the whole game. And I'm like, who are you talking to? But for her, that's how she sees people play. So it's normal for her to narrate the whole game.
Oh, right.
So
She's watching YouTube.
She just watches YouTube,
YouTubers.
right?
Oh,
yeah. So basically, it's just like
sense.
turn on the camera, turn on the mic. All right, and I'll do it.
Great.
And then she would just be like, do. I have this video clip of her when she's like
so
probably 5, maybe 4.
It's so funny.
And she doesn't even know what she's saying, but she says, "What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
God,
Before we get
adorable.
started, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button." And she didn't even know what it meant, but because every little kid that YouTube says that, she just had that burned into her brain. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like
man.
you think it flows with that generation so easily,
Yeah, for
as
sure.
it flows with like maybe you, me, like we
Crazy.
had to learn that stuff.
Yep.
And then for them, since they grow up with that, it's just inbuilt.
Yeah, social media is part of their
Crazy.
DNA.
It's
Yes.
like it's
It
crazy.
is.
I didn't see a light. I didn't know what a phone is until I was 15, 16. And in those days, I had those keypad Nokia.
yeah.
but
Same
Sure,
thing.
of course, yeah.
Same thing.
And we have like kids here that are like 2 or 3 years old, and there's like iPads and stuff like that. You're like,
The
holy
kids
crap,
on
it's crazy.
strollers, they're
Crazy.
using iPads.
iPadding, yeah.
It's crazy to imagine.
Yeah.
The funny thing is when my daughter streams, I'll always play like Roblox with her,
Right.
and
Wow.
I'll just kind of be monitoring the setup and stuff, and then I'll just kind of be playing with her and stuff. So my little guy's running around as well. But then when it's time to get really into it, I'm like, hold on. I grab like a USB controller and I'm like, okay, now I need a controller to play the video game. She's just like keyboard, mouse. She's just like bang, 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 bang. She doesn't even know how to use the USB controller. She's just like all over the place. And I'm just like, if I want to be competitive, I have to plug the actual controller in. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So what were we talking about?
Yeah, well, let's grab the first wing, bro.
All
Let's
right.
get the first
Let's
wing,
do
yeah? Let's start from here, right? So we're going to go this. You can go drum or you can go wing. So that's just a simple basic buffalo.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll kind of like get all the way to the end
right,
there. Yeah.
let's do this.
We should have started a little earlier, but all good.
All good?
Yeah, all good. So while you grab that, I was reading, your biography, a little bit about that, and you were saying that Back to the Future is a big part of the
Sci-fi is a big part of my childhood.
Okay, so the funny thing is, last summer during the pandemic, I went through all those old movies with my daughter again. Oh, we loved them. I haven't seen Back to the Future in so long.
You guys did
Fantastic.
Back to the
Yeah,
Future?
we did the
whole
trilogy. Yeah, of
trilogy?
course. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we
Loved
did
it
the
so
we did the
much.
Karate Kids and all
Oh,
this,
nice. Good
And it
stuff.
was funny because she thought that John Kreese from so grab that. Yeah. She thought that John Kreese from Karate Kid was Biff. She's like, "Is that Biff? What Biff is?" Because every time you put in a new Back to the Future, the first bad guy that walks out is Biff, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like my daughter's like, "What the Biff again? What Biff again?" And then we go right off to Karate Kid 1, and she's like, "What Biff again? How did he?" It was pretty funny, man. It was really funny, dude. Yeah. Biff. Yeah, those were good. We did them a few times, man. It's funny because right now kids kind of get exposed to a lot of stuff, and
Yeah,
for
they don't
school,
get the chance to watch like these classic movies, and those were so good.
Yeah,
Blade
my
Runner.
daughter does. My daughter does.
Blade Runner, one of the
Yeah.
classic
Oh,
ones.
Yeah, that's
come on.
right.
Blade
Yeah,
Runner
yeah.
was the bomb. I loved it.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
It was
The
so
classic
inspiring.
ones. Yes.
Second one, not as you know.
No,
Yeah.
the
But
first
I mean,
one.
it's different because now everything is sci-fi. I mean, there's so much visual effects and stuff. Back then, that was just
It's like
That blew
now
my
it's so
mind.
good that it looks real. Back then, you would watch it and then you would know that this is never gonna be real, and that taste was
Yeah.
a fun in its own.
That's good.
you know, you constantly you're inspired. You know, Back to the Future, Star Wars. Not
about
gonna even
Tron?
started on that. Star Wars
Tron,
was
remember
just-
Tron?
Yeah,
Tron was amazing,
Oh
yeah.
man, the original one. Yeah, and then Back to the Future, and then those Terminator. Then we got the Matrix. Oh my God.
Did you watch the second Matrix?
You mean
The
the
newest one?
Resurrection, the
The
new one?
Resurrection,
I
yeah.
did not, and I did not. I consciously chose not to.
Really?
A lot
was
of
my
people
choice.
said that it's nowhere close to the first Matrix.
It can't be.
But-
the
but-
first one was like so.
I mean, it's just it's
Incredible.
a different landscape now.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a different cinematic landscape. You can't create that same effect
Yeah.
anymore.
Because
But-
you're the first one to the
just-
you're the first person
yeah,
to the
yeah.
game with that,
Right.
and then 20 years later or whatever it is, you're trying to recreate that. That's tough.
Exactly,
Tough,
especially
yeah.
like you,
I saw it. I saw it.
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah. It was all right. I
all
mean,
right.
but
I mean, it's Keanu
but I'm
Reeves,
just chilling,
right?
man. Because
Keanu Reeves.
we actually went across the street here. There's a movie theater here. They renovated it.
Oh, yeah.
And the first theater number one is these OSIM massage chairs, and it's all you can eat and all you can drink, and
Oh.
and they bring it to your chair. It was $900 per person, but you just sit there and you're just like in this massage chair for 2 hours. So it might have been that. That was amazing. I'm just like, yeah. Funny thing was, I brought my wife. I'm like, let's go get a massage chair, watch the new Matrix. It's gonna be fantastic, and then get the popcorn. They brought pizza. Like they're bringing you pizza and stuff. And within like 10 minutes, I'm just like pigging out, and I'm like, boom, more popcorn, right?
I can imagine that's a good way to watch. You know, Matrix
was
Resurrection.
amazing. It was amazing.
It should be.
It was amazing. And the funny thing was, I look over at my wife to be like, how awesome is this, right? She's just like,
Oh yeah.
she's out cold,
out-
and then
that
like
is
half the theater, everybody's just like passed out, and I'm just like watching. I'm just like, ooh, Neo. I love it. I love the Matrix and stuff. But sometimes, this business is crazy. You work a lot, and sometimes when you're
I have to go watch it.
just pass out,
sometime.
man. I
it's
thought it was
just-
pretty good.
I read so many reviews, and and it's like most of my friends hate it, but
Yeah.
I think there is something that's there because I also watched the director's commentary
Yeah.
and all that, so there is an idea that she's trying to
Push
get
through.
push
Like-
through.
like-
but it's
like,
not. It's
like
nowhere.
How bad, first of all, you can't compare it.
You can't,
right?
and you shouldn't.
Yeah, you
basically.
shouldn't. Yeah,
shouldn't.
exactly.
Definitely
And
not.
and how bad is it going to be? The same cast. I mean, the dude from Doogie Howser's in it. Like it's pretty. The dude from Doogie Howser, like it's great.
it is.
It's a good show, right? I mean, like this is great. You got all you can eat popcorn, massage chair, big screen Matrix. I had a fantastic time. I loved it.
It is. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
there's so much nostalgia nowadays. Everyone's banking on that. It's
It was
so
am-
much. No Way Home, and there's all these Star Wars
No Way
stuff
Home
that's
was
coming out.
Ridiculous. Yeah. So good.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what the Book of Boba. Oh, I enjoyed it. It was silly at sometimes, but it was awesome. I mean,
Nice, beautiful.
Actually, even
soundtrack,
Pulp
awesome.
Fiction, like Kingsman,
Yeah,
Okay.
the
they
the
went
most.
all the way to history now.
I didn't even see that. Yeah.
I wasn't really a big fan of that one, but I think story wise it worked.
Okay.
It did surprise me, but then again, it loses the
charm?
the charm
Yes.
of the original
Yes.
Kingsman movie a little bit, just because
Exactly.
it's an origin story. I guess
Okay.
they're not as powerful. I guess
Gotcha.
Yeah.
they're not as equipped, but
I
but
never
it was
even
a good
seen
story.
that.
It was a good story.
Never even seen that.
Good story. So we're talking
First,
about
second,
movies now.
Really good.
Really?
It's in the modern
Okay,
time.
okay.
The third one went back to World War II, if I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Gotcha.
But then actually, like, Yale is perfectly correct. Like, since it's so old
Yeah.
that they just started using guns and stuff, so you're like,
Oh.
oh, where's the action? I mean,
Oh, okay. Of course. Yeah.
And it's not as
Can be
cool
slow.
anymore. You don't. I mean, the original cast, everyone was cool. Everything
yeah.
was awesome. Yeah, but now you get into the nitty gritty of the of the origins where everything is just starting.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool to watch that, but I mean,
it's
tough. It's a different
tough.
film.
The origin stories are always like whenever there's a new Spider-Man or a new Batman or a new something, they got to do the whole the whole origin, and then
right.
Try
but they
to
didn't do
redo
it this time.
They didn't do it this time, right? For the Batman, right?
For the Batman, and also for
Yeah.
the recent Spider-Man. I mean, they don't go into
That's true.
the origin story.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I'm thankful for.
Yeah, because it's always the same thing, right? What's up, man?
Yeah.
Batman
it's
is a
tough.
whole another conversation.
I didn't know it was that
haven't
long.
watched it yet.
I'm dying to watch it.
It was great. It's just I heard it was long, but I didn't know it was like 3 hours.
Yeah, but it was.
So it's like, my gosh,
my comic book friends were they were. It was
great.
It was like they were like, this is the best one. I'm like, you guys serious? This is the best one. All right, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you on that.
For me, I enjoyed it, but it's just too long.
That.
Yeah.
I studied the cinematography, the lens, the camera body they use,
wow.
look they went for. You know, the director literally sometimes scrubbed silicone on lenses manually just to get that
grainy feeling.
Yeah, also to dirty the frame.
Yeah. No,
and
awesome.
dirtying up the frame is not too common these days.
Wow.
Everything.
I hope
is
he didn't
crisp.
mess up that many lenses. That be all on him. That's just kidding.
So
no,
I'm curious about how, like, I'm just like a guy who likes to watch movies, but when you watch a movie, is there sort of a different like a viewpoint that you have as like the screenwriter, sort of director, kind of all that sort of.
Before I get to that, I think I should I should finish talking about the routine that we were.
Yes,
in
sure.
the morning.
Sure.
I'm just so
bouncing all over
your
the
fans
place.
and all that. Hey, they left a thread hanging and stuff. Now, okay, I'll just
Eddie
finish
doesn't know when to
that
stop
before I
talking.
get.
Yeah.
So I mean, routine basically in the morning, 8 o'clock, get up, do the whole whatever housework and stuff. I send my kid to school, and then I actually go and meditate with my sister, which is awesome nowadays.
Nice.
It just helps clear the mind and stuff. I come back at 10, and then I open my laptop and I start writing scenes or story or plot points, or it's more of a logic. I'm working around the logistics of the story that most likely I cooked up last night. Because you can't do that at the same time.
Gotcha.
You can have awesome ideas and stuff, and you write it down. It's all chaotic. It's a lot. It's like a mash of fruits and all that. You have all that, but you can't work with that at midnight, and you shouldn't. In my experience, you take all those ingredients, you wait till the morning, and then you plan it out. That's how I do it. Yeah.
So how long is a meditation session, and how long have you been meditating?
I've been meditating for few weeks basically. My sister started meditating and all that, and
that's amazing. I used to do that. It's fantastic. I love it.
It does clears your brain, and I think for people like
busy,
me, because you can't stop using your brain. It's just it's on autopilot now. You're thinking of new ideas and all that. But the problem is, for me, it's I'm constantly not in the present, and I think that's for a lot of people who start meditating. That's something that they want to accomplish. They want to find time in the day to actually be in the present.
Okay, wow.
And being in the present is actually I think it's helpful. It does help it's beneficial to for a lot of things. First, your brain does actually take a break of some sort.
Yeah.
And second, you're actually more aware of stuff that's happening around you, which is a totally different experience if you're more or less, thinking about stuff all the time.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a very interesting experience, and just for me, it just helps me clear my brain.
Understand.
For my sister, apparently she does have a ton of other benefits for her.
Okay.
But for me, it's just it clears my brain. I get to stop focusing on future and past events. Past events being your memories, future events being whatever you're trying to plan and do.
Gotcha.
But then you get a nice, few minutes or however long you're doing it with yourself in the moment.
That's great. That's really cool.
It's a very good experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I used to do some, but I stopped. But I should. Yeah, that sounds
and
good.
It makes your day a lot more productive for some reason. And
you're just kind of like resetting, right?
Yeah,
kind of like reorganizing everything. It's like, all right.
We use cell phones and
everybody
laptops.
Does. You have to.
You got to shut it down and.
Yeah, of course.
Same thing, basically.
Like a reset. Yeah.
Right. And some people think going to bed, sleeping does the job, but actually it doesn't really. I guess sleeping more does it organizes your memory and your experience into useful bits of a skill set or it does help you organize your experience. But then again, it doesn't necessarily help you, chill out for a moment. It doesn't actually do that for your brain. For your body, yes, but not so much for your brain.
So keeping on that topic, like, what about those people that let's say they're going to do like an audiobook and they're going to listen to an audiobook in their sleep, like people that do stuff like that.
Well, I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Like, does that work?
I have no idea.
No idea. So you wake up and you kind of know what's going on, or is it just
some people they're trying to. The whole idea is trying to plant stuff into your subconscious
of course.
when you sleep. I do get that you probably will from a subconscious level. You will get some of that information.
Okay.
But does it help?
Yeah.
I mean, you're still keeping your brain way too busy.
Okay.
When it's supposed to rest. So
okay.
I don't know. It's being efficient, but I guess it's the whole idea. Probably it's more of a Western origin or capitalism.
Idea.
You should use,
Bill Gates does it or something.
Or Elon Musk. He doesn't sleep. Musk. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, they're like, you should use, every second of your life to be productive. That's the whole idea. I mean, it's
like The Rock.
Yep. The Rock actually went to my University of Miami. So
really?
Yeah, we got to see him, like once or twice a year, where he comes back and does this whole alum speech. Is super motivational.
Of course, man. I actually
listen The Rock in real life.
Listen to that's when I go to the gym in the mornings, and I'll either have an audiobook or some kind of motivational speeches. I don't really listen to music anymore. Podcasts sometimes, but sometimes in the gym, I just want to get like pumped up and just
I sometimes listen. I listen to different types of music when I write as well.
Nice,
people like actors say method acting, so you get into the zone to act.
Beautiful.
I do method writing.
Okay.
So I mean, when I need a funny, let's say if I'm writing comedy, it's a funny scene, I might start listening to
Dave Chappelle or something.
Yeah, or maybe Spirit in the Sky.
Okay.
All those possibly any song from Guardians of the Galaxies.
Oh yeah,
those are.
It
just gets the comedy, thing going, and then
Beautiful.
you start writing some cool stuff. And if you want emotion and stuff, you start listening to motivational or emotional music, and it gets me in the zone. But it doesn't work for all, I guess, writers.
Okay.
Some people prefer to be, more in a more silent environment. It has to be more focused and all that.
Yep.
But I do more of I call it method writing.
Gotcha.
But it's interesting. It does help for me.
Let's grab the next one, and then I want to keep on that. I want you to let me know, what do you think is your strongest suit? The writing, the creative part, screenwriting. I mean, or are you just a beast on everything? In your opinion?
In my opinion, I guess it's not for me. This is kind of where my Chinese personality kicks in.
Okay. You're too humble.
I can't really claim that
humble.
I mean,
can't
for
say
my
I'm
American, classmates, they go like, I got this and that and that and that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or we don't have to say you're good. You can say something you like.
Yeah,
something you like the best.
That's a little bit more comfortable on
there
my Chinese side.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But
gotta be nice to the Chinese side.
Yeah.
The humble side, for sure.
No, you do get credits on being humble.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
of course you do. Yeah.
Sometimes my American personality gets sick of it. Sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
Come on, man. If you're good at it, you should claim it seriously.
Yeah, agree. Well,
right, but
depends.
But
no one likes an asshole either, right?
Yeah. If you're doing it too much in a wrong situation,
True.
you are the asshole. So
Yeah.
Right?
Nobody likes that guy.
If it's your time to claim it, you claim it. That's
Gotcha.
what I think. But
gotcha.
Back to the question.
Grab one of these while you're talking, bro.
I will.
Yeah. Those are, you can go
this
whatever you want. These, one of those two. Not these ones. This one, yeah.
I'm gonna go with this one.
Get the big, if you're hungry, take the big ones on the top, man. Yeah. This will be Chipotle. Yeah, this will be a Chipotle wing. So favorite, I mean, you can go take a bite.
I like storytelling.
Okay.
Because on my Facebook, everyone keeps asking me all these years, what's your motto? Is there and to a point where okay, I gotta create one. It's too much trouble, and I can't keep quoting everyone else. I can't keep quoting Albert Einstein. I don't quote Albert Einstein. I'm sorry, but you can't. So I actually developed one that I really like. It's called Storytelling is My Practice, and practice being profession, and also it's also it's something that you want to explore for your life.
Okay.
So it's your practice, like in guru words, it's your practice. So for me, storytelling is my practice. Or let's say it the American way, storytelling is my jam.
Okay.
There you go. So I do love storytelling, and storytelling involves, actually it involves two skill sets. One is being very, you have to know how to plan stuff. You have to know what story beats come before or after the next. And you have to, because you're leading the audience in your story. So they're going to feel down, high, you know, they're going to feel depressed, they're going to feel motivated, excited. It's all on you. I mean, you get to control all that, but you get to control that. It is a skill set. So it's like building a house. You can't build it like in any, it has to have a certain form or shape.
It's
or it's not going to work. It's not going to be a house.
Foundation, bang,
you can't live in any kind of house.
Like a procedure.
Right,
there. Yeah.
But then again, the other skill set, I mean, I know some screenwriting friends that they do have this skill set. They're great house builders and stuff. But after they build it, it's not livable. I mean, you need the second skill set, which is you need a lot of empathy.
Okay.
You need a lot of empathy. A lot of writers don't actually know this. I have a lot of writing mentors that have taught this.
Okay.
Also, some that I picked up in masterclass.
Okay. Cool.
And it's just empathy is actually really the key to writing good stories.
Okay.
Because, for example, I mean, you are creating the characters.
You
and you're sending you're sending them into hell basically in every single story. You are creating so many obstacles and conflict, and I mean they're gonna.
That's the story, right?
Imagine your character, you know, popping out of your story. They're gonna grab a knife. They're gonna want to kill you. No, it's definitely. And there's a Korean drama that actually that wrote about, you know, an idea that, you know, a character coming out of a comic book, and you know they're like, so why did you want, you know, to write? Why'd you do this
to me, man?
I mean, you killed all of my family members.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was traumatized. Why would you do? Are you a sick person? Okay. No, he's not. He's just an author.
Just an author. Gotcha.
That's what he does. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, but you need nothing more than an imagination. And his way of telling a story, which he thinks would appeal the audience and something that he likes.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. Yeah.
I mean, storytelling is very, very diverse, man. Like, I try to make videos myself. I take pictures, and like with videos, you still have some versatility because you have a longer format. You got a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, sometimes couple of hours to work with. With pictures, the people who do street photography, that's even more intense because with one picture, you gotta tell a story.
True. Yeah.
That is hard. I mean, the shorter the form, it's just hard. The tougher it is.
Yes.
No, seriously. I mean, people keep saying writing, you know, short films or short stories are easier. It's not easier. For me, I know as a fact that writing a full, you know, 90-minute screenplay is way easier than writing, let's say, a 10-minute one. Okay. Definitely. Not physically, but
because you want to compress. It's hard to compress the whole story into 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, you only have that many scenes that you can work with.
Gotcha.
You only have that many characters that they want to work with. You have to make it interesting. You have to make the character growth interesting. Everything. I mean, yeah, but back to empathy, I think a lot of writers actually don't get this, which I'm lucky enough to actually learn this.
Okay.
Is you have to feel for your characters a lot.
Okay.
And I think a lot of writers do sort of feel detached with their story. They're all invested in their story for sure, but with the characters that they create, heroes, villains alike. I mean, if you're able to get into their minds or into their life, in their fictional life, but still,
of course, yeah.
But you'll know what
you breathe life into them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, when they feel depressed, I mean, technically, you should feel depressed too.
Okay.
When they feel challenged, you have to feel challenged. When they finally triumph, I mean, if you're writing that scene and you don't shed like a single tear, you're doing it wrong. Seriously.
Okay.
That's for me. I mean, I know writing friends that they're like AI robots writing all that. Yeah. You can do that, yeah, but it's just different. I mean, it feels different. Art isn't something that you can actually not right now, but maybe in the future. Okay. You can't really
artificially create it.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So same as cooking, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, well, Jesus, everything has its own
human aspect, a
there's
human touch to it.
There's always, I mean, you can create your recipe and stuff like that, and you can teach the recipe, but it's hard to teach. You know, you can be measurements and blah blah blah, but you know, sometimes a tomato is a little more sweet or a little more sour, and you got to be able to like, okay, add a little bit more salt or add a little bit less this to kind of like balance things out. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I agree, 100%. Yeah.
So storytelling, that's the answer. That's
storytelling, that is it.
That is my thing.
Okay. Let's talk about the Master of Fine Arts degree in film production from the University.
Nice. University of Miami.
Yes.
All right, Miami. Miami. Good times.
Does that help?
You mean being in Miami? You mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like going to the university for like your passion. You had the passion before.
I did.
And so you went for that. And did that help, or did that kind of like change your thought process?
Wow. I guess this. I talk to a lot of students because I do teach some classes at universities.
Yep.
I think it's a nice way of giving back.
I think it's great.
To
the
younger generation.
There, and you teaching in a classroom. I got a picture of that in there. Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so. I mean, a lot of students were asked. They ask me the same question. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So a lot of students do ask me that question. I mean, what did I learn? You know,
in university. Sure.
Do you learn a lot? I mean, do you learn the skill set of stuff? I mean, I guess the short answer is no, not really.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's like that in every profession.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the professors, they teach you how to work the camera. They teach you, camera language, framing, all of that, directing your actors, and you get all of that, of course.
Of course.
But then again, just like when, nowadays a lot of people watch YouTube videos to learn stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But it's not really learning until you have tried a lot of it.
Yeah. This is exactly how people are like, how did you set up with this and the microphones and all that? I'm like, well, just YouTube. If I have problems, I go check out some of the live streamer guys on YouTube and then like, get yourself a stream deck.
You have to start,
you
set it
start.
up.
Yeah,
you
of course.
To do it.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. Same thing.
Make mistakes, a lot of them.
So I guess what I learned when you're studying, you do get a lot of homework. Okay. And also you have to do a thesis film. I guess you learn like probably a third or half of the skills you need to do that.
Okay.
But then the other half, it's all on you.
Okay.
You got to ask around. You're going to make a ton of mistakes. Definitely. Sure. You're going to make some shitty stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone does, but that's the beauty of it.
For sure.
And so I did make, my thesis film, which is called The Leap. It's on YouTube right now.
Oh, really? 2014 International
The Leap, right? So you do you do The Leap, Yale Yang. You search for that, and you'll find the film. Basically.
Okay. So, very cool. Okay.
So it's about an old guy, an old protagonist that he has Alzheimer's disease.
So the full thing is on YouTube.
It's all on YouTube.
Okay.
It's like
full movie.
17 and a half minutes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And so he wakes up to a new situation.
Go. Check that out. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah. Oh my god, that
brings you back.
Brings a lot of memories back. We shot that in our studio.
Yeah.
In University of Miami, we had awesome class students, undergraduate students.
It looks good.
Build the set.
Okay.
All shot in studio right now, and then we actually shot the rest at a hospice.
Okay.
A local hospice,
really?
Where they there was a good doctor, Dr. Gronin, which he's the doctor that specifies in Alzheimer's disease.
Okay.
And he was super interested in the project.
Okay.
He volunteered to be our consultant, and also he did help us locate the facility where we shot the film, which is, I guess it's the way of the universe telling me it's something that I have to do. So
very cool.
And you can see it's sci-fi. It's about a guy that time traveled.
Okay.
And,
I'm gonna check it out after, man.
Disease.
Very cool.
sci-fi is my thing. So
that's awesome, brother. I love it.
Did you use a green screen for this?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Definitely. That's green screen. We have floating objects, which no big secret. We made them float, with green hands. Right. I'm not kidding. Even.
Okay.
That. Just do
it's
that,
a thing.
and then you edit it out.
Yeah,
and it's student, low
That's
budget
awesome.
stuff. But it works.
Looks great. Yeah, it looks great, man. Congrats, fantastic. Yeah.
So
beautiful.
you learn most of that by doing stuff. So
yeah,
I mean,
of course, yeah.
Then I did like 6 months of Hollywood, practical training, worked on musical video sets, and then my favorite, reality TV sets. Most of my classmates hated it because they thought they think they're film students, and that is just
too low for them. They're like,
it's like way low. That's like crawling on the floor low.
Okay.
You get Crazy Housewives of the Beverly Hills, all those kind of
cool.
Yeah, and I did a lot of those, and I'm not ashamed to admit I loved it.
Okay, yeah, why not, right?
Reality TV is the bomb.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
So still, I mean, that's why I got into, let's say, I did discovery shows for Discovery China a few years back before the pandemic. And it has this reality TV feel. Nowadays, everyone's doing reality TV. So it's
like every video on YouTube is a reality TV.
It is.
Think about it.
It is. But especially like, for example, Discovery used to be serious documentaries and all that.
Sure. Yeah.
And also National Geography. And now everyone's, eating bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you know who started that?
Yeah, who?
Bear Grylls.
Oh, yeah.
He did Man vs. Wild back in 2000s.
Oh, wow. Shoot. Okay.
And that wasn't really a thing back then. No.
Yeah, he was the only one who did that. And then eating snakes, bugs, everything live. And then going into the wild.
The original YouTuber, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everyone's doing that. And
for sure.
And this is what I shot a commercial for the Ministry of Education last year. And I did it like reality TV style. It took me a while to convince them. But then again, it's in Chinese, if you search for the slogan 0到6岁国家一起养, and you get that, it's just a very short 30-second funny reality TV style commercial. I'm glad that they were, I got my,
Did it work out in the end?
Yeah, it worked out. Yeah, it was popular. We got a ton of likes. I've never got that many likes. And for
that's
a commercial.
cool.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's it called?
In Chinese, 0到6岁.
Oh wow,
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, just for
send me the link and I'll put it in the description.
We'll do that. It's a fun video that I was able to convince. Ministries are.
It's gonna be.
They're
tough.
typically, they want everything to be more on a safe side.
Yeah.
They actually said yes, and I was like, if they're saying yes, I am going to, the whole.
The reason they said yes is because you used your Chinese personality to convince
there we go.
Right? Yeah, there you go.
Actually, I used,
Did you mix it up? You mixed it up.
You actually, there's a way to pitch your stuff.
Okay, yeah,
and
the American way.
Well, not really.
Half-half.
No, half-half. And you use logic to pitch your ideas, and they can't. They're accepting the logic along the way.
Okay.
And so you're able to. I mean, it's all in the book. So I mean,
I love it.
I've written everything down here. So
perfect.
There you go.
Perfect. Let's grab the next one, bro, and we'll keep going. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So this next one.
These are good, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, like we've been doing the restaurant for a long time.
It brings back memories because when we were in Miami. I mean, it's all buffalo wings. Everyone gets together, watches the game and stuff.
Yeah.
And buffalo wings.
And beer.
And beer, definitely.
You can have a beer if you want, bro.
The
funny thing is for us, we started as a Mexican restaurant. Go for it, man. I'll let you grab the big one. Grab whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, I'll do the big one again.
Do whatever you want. You want whatever you want. You're the guest, man. I do it every week, so whatever you want to do, bro. Yeah. So this one's a little bit spicier.
Green onions.
Yeah, so this is a little bit spicier. This is kind of our only fusion flavored wing. So this is a Korean style.
Wow.
Right? Yeah.
But the green onions, do Koreans do green onions like this? Or
I don't think
this
so.
This is Taiwanese.
I don't know. It's probably.
Green onions, this style is Taiwanese.
I just like it.
Yeah. Oh, this is good.
I'm not Korean, so I just, I had a
fusion stuff.
A friend of mine, staff used to work with us. His family used to have a Korean restaurant. And so when he was in the kitchen with me, I'm like, you gotta show me the sauce. It's a little bit spicier, right? They're gonna keep going up spice wise. But yeah, so the Korean, I love Korean food. I love Korean wings. I love Korean spice. I love all that stuff.
This is good.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I love it. Enjoy, bro. Enjoy. So, all good? Looks good, right? Yeah. Okay. So all of your experience, all the stuff you learned from childhood in Mississippi, all the way through your university, all the way, through your experience of making your films and all that stuff, all of that, how did you package all of your life's work basically into, creating a book? Is it possible? Isn't it? Yeah.
Well, this actually isn't my life's work.
Okay.
I haven't done.
Okay.
I don't think I'm old enough to do like an autobiography.
Okay, no, it's all good. But you were saying it's in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book. Okay.
Right. This is actually like the past like 8 years of my life.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll get into that after I chunk this down.
Do it, man. Take your time, dude. If it gets spicy, we got horchata over there.
Oh yeah,
we got some horchata and we got some water over there. Yeah.
That's actually my favorite sauce. It's pretty
good, right? It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, when I tried it, I told Eddy like it has a good rice cake sauce into it.
It's like it's a little bit. Is there kimchi in it?
No, there isn't.
No, isn't, right?
But it's all like the. I don't even know what they're all, what the names of the sauces are, but it's just this mixture of Korean spices and
it's like this is the same like gravy or sauce they have when you have rice cakes in Korea.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
right,
very similar.
Right.
Yeah, so for me,
sweet and spicy.
So we were a Mexican restaurant, but when we were doing only Mexican stuff, that's
More
okay.
limited.
That's okay. It's pretty limited, but. This is my third iteration of the restaurant, right? So we started with, fourth really. Started with a stand in a night market. Pretty good. Then we moved to a really small place in Danshui. Those are both yours. Enjoy. That's horchata. So give it a stir first, yeah? Because, the ice, yeah? So basically, horchata is like a rice, milky, sort of a really traditional Mexican drink, right?
Wow. I thought it was that.
Yeah, so it's horchata, right? So basically, we did the small restaurant in Danshui, and then we moved to a little bit bigger, sort of in Tianmu, right? And then this is kind of like the third one. So the other ones were really like bright and really Mexican and sombreros on the wall. Great, like really like hole in the wall feel. Great stuff. A little bit more niche, right? Yeah, drink it all if you want. We can grab another one if you need.
Oh, that's good.
And then when I came to this one. We were like, the Mexican thing is good. It's working well. But if I can expand it a little bit, add a little bit more Western feel to it, right? So instead of like the sombreros all over the wall, let's do, the cement and the wood and the brick. And then we'll have, the TVs up. And we show UFC because I love UFC. We show like World Cups and stuff like that. And so it's really worked well. Same food. But then, we slowly added, wings because for the people like, why do you have wings? Because I want them. I like wings. I want to have some buffalo wings. Sometimes you go out for buffalo wings and they're not that good. And I'm like, damn, that sucked. And so I'm like, no, I want a good wing. Okay, so we got that. We start to add things like sliders, just like different little things. And we have vegan dishes. We're actually going to add this vegan burger. I mean, I'm working with this guy who's just like this super, super genius vegan guy. It's a long story, but makes really good food.
Gotta try that sometime.
Yeah, so it's gonna come out, and I'm not vegan, but I want everyone to come and have a good time.
Basically.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Yeah, exactly. I want to make sure everybody's got a chance to have some good food.
Yeah.
So we have our chicken. The reason I asked you, we do the chicken wings, obviously, but aside from that, we do like vegan sort of battered cauliflower wings as well, right? And they've become so popular. They're almost more popular now than the chicken. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to introduce cool stuff. Yeah. And usually it's pretty busy. Today's a pretty off day, but it's all good because then, I can chill.
It is.
I can chill. I can enjoy. Yeah. It's all
the atmosphere here. It's very.
Come on a UFC,
chill,
man. Come on a UFC. It's gonna be crazy.
I'll do that.
It's a different day. Yeah.
There's one coming. Sterling versus Yan.
Yeah, Sterling versus Yan, and shoot, who is it? The Korean zombies in there, like a zombie. Yeah, it's a good one. It's gonna be good. There's a fighter called. He's awesome, man. Korean
it's the
zombie.
Full Joe Rogan package.
This is it, baby. This is it. That's why
I haven't watched for a while.
Yeah, Korean zombie. That's what actually. If I were to bottle this sauce, I would call it Korean zombie. Right?
Oh, that's a good name.
It's good. It's gonna be good, right? Yeah.
It's good.
I gotta bottle it. Just so
that.
I can call it Korean zombie. Yeah.
Somehow have a green color to it.
Yeah.
I will help you market the crap out of it.
Yeah. Korean zombie.
It's gonna be so good.
It's the Korean zombie, man, and it will have like some.
I love a good idea, so
it'll be like get like this. Some like comic book of like the kind of like the Korean zombie, not exactly like him, but similar, so that there's no trademark infringement. It'll be cool. Yeah, Korean zombie, man. Gotta get it going. Yeah. Sauce was good. Korean sauce. Yeah.
Good.
So perfect. Let's talk more. Let's talk about the book.
Okay. All right. So
what gave birth to this book? The last 8 years.
To this book.
Yeah.
I graduated because story. We're at the point where I graduated, made my first film, short film, won some awards actually, which was awesome. Did the whole some festival runs.
Yeah.
It's sci-fi, so it's more of a limited to more of a sci-fi-ish sort of festivals. Mm-hmm. But it's what I love, so it's nice. I mean, but after that, after 6 months of Hollywood, and trying to keep my head afloat, it's just Hollywood doesn't pay you much when you're an intern, so did my best.
They pay you an experience, not money, right?
Yeah, and experience tasted awesome, Yeah, exactly. I could possibly live off some of it.
Ramen,
I guess. Yeah. No, it's you can't live off of anything. Yeah. But then again, I did have some nice jobs, some good producers that had me on set, and they were paying me, standard PA, which is like $100 a day, I guess, for PAs, and did a lot of those. But then I came back. I mean, ultimately, if you're not able to get like an O visa or some sort, an artist visa, then you have to sort of gravitate back to your home country and stuff. So I came back and desperately I was trying to look for let's say everyone's looking for a job in the in the film industry, but in Taiwan back then, it's a lot better now, but back then there was no real industry technically.
How long ago was back then? 8 years? 10 years?
I guess 2013, 14-ish.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but what was going on was commercials were still going on. So commercial productions, videos, video content. So I actually applied to a company that they were doing video content, a lot of video content for.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
also
it.
Also for automobile brands and stuff. And graduating, they get to work with jibs and all that, and a lot of cool equipment and stuff. That really, I was like, I gotta get my hands on equipment.
Yeah, for sure. So you're like an equipment junkie kind of guy? You're like,
but yes and no. But I just want to be on set. It has to be in the background photos. I'm that kind of guy. I'm sorry to say it's very shallow, but it works. It works, and there's that cute jib that I have no idea how to operate right behind me, but I'm gonna post it on social media anyways. I'm that kind of guy.
Okay.
So but it's cool to be working on set. So and then something miraculous happened where my boss was like, hey dude, we do have a company branch in Shanghai, and
okay.
It is doing very, very well.
Beautiful.
But we need producers now, and if you think you're a potential video producer, then I think let's
go to Shanghai.
You should go to Shanghai. And I said yes.
Yes, I will. Okay.
Why not? Yeah,
you gotta try everything. I always say the same thing. You gotta try it. Just try it out.
So went there.
Try everything.
Started as a commercial producer. Then started doing creative ideas because then I started writing ideas. My
mosquito is driving me crazy. Jeez, it's okay. Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like to write creative ideas and stuff, big ideas, video content ideas, and my creative director at the time really liked them, and I started writing. I started writing more on the creative side, and ultimately I started directing videos. Because I did study directing in the States, so there you go. It's something that I guess I wanted to do.
Okay.
But what I really enjoyed was creating, because when you have an idea and then you write a script, it's short form because it's video content and stuff, and then you make it come to life.
It's like your baby, right? You're giving birth almost, right, to this thing, right, to this project. Yeah.
It is. And so you see all this, all the videos that come to fruition. It manifests. It comes to life, and there's the good, the bad, the ugly, there's the really awesome sets.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a few years. Also went to Guangzhou. I started becoming part management for the company.
Okay.
Started going to the big name clients and pitching.
Beautiful.
Chinese clients. You pitch to Chinese clients. They will give you hell. It's not the best experience, but it is the best experience.
Yeah, well,
you need that.
If you're going through, you got to go through hell to get to where you want to be. Usually,
definitely, So
I could see that.
The last 8 years of my life is just basically that. I eventually started working as a freelance director, a freelance creative copywriter of some sort. Okay. I did write ideas for a lot of friends in China and also back in Taiwan. Okay. But so that's what I've been doing for that, and then had a kid, met my wife, had a kid. Say let's come.
Your
back
wife's from here, I guess.
No,
she's not.
She's from China.
She's from China.
Sichuan.
Okay. Sichuan. Oh, spicy food.
Super spicy.
I love spicy food.
She's like, let's do this sauce. I'm like, no, I don't.
I'll send some hot sauce home for her if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, she loves like Sichuan hot sauce and all of that.
I love that too. Yeah.
So don't get into an argument with Sichuan girls.
Okay.
Really. You will lose.
The original La Mei, right?
Yeah. No, but they're. I guess they really know what they want. I guess that's the thing. But we eventually ended up back in Taiwan where we agreed to raise our kid here, partially because of the education system here. I guess it's a lot more lucrative. I'm trying to find the right word to use, but
understand. Yeah.
But then, so I came back, started writing screenplays and stuff, during the pandemic. Discovery and all that.
Did the pandemic affect you a lot?
A lot.
Everybody.
A lot.
Okay.
Everyone was affected. I mean, we lost so many projects during that year, and But then it was also a turning point, as for a lot of people, and I started writing scripts, screenplays that actually won awards last year in Taiwan.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Actually 3. Like I got like 3 in a row. It was unbelievable, basically. I mean, and people were like, how'd you do? Actually, I don't know how I did it. I just know, start writing, write stuff that really, that really gets you, excited.
Okay.
And then pitch it like this is the last project that you're going to be pitching and stuff. Just do that.
Passion.
And then I also wrote this book.
Yes.
During all of that.
Yes.
Just because possibly I was having an anxiety panic attack or whatever. It just calms me down trying to do stuff.
I think it's great. Yeah.
But the publishing company, they were nice. I had a really good college friend because I came back. I studied psychology in National Taiwan University.
Okay.
I had a really good classmate that he's writing books as like a bestseller author and stuff.
Okay.
And he was telling me his publishing company, his publisher was looking for a book on video planning and stuff. Okay. And he's like, isn't that what you do? I'm that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years or so. And he's like, they're looking for a person that is that can write. That
knows what he's doing and can write.
And can write, basically, and can write. And I met up with the publisher and with my editor, actually. And we talked about about what I could write and what it would look like because the book has a more of a blog style too. We do a topic, we talk about it in depth and give you tools and stuff to use.
It's useful. It's not just some fluff book.
No,
it's useful. Like here, this is what
you
do.
So densely packed.
Beautiful.
And it's like $300 on Book.
It's great.
I was telling them 300. You guys are kidding me.
Seriously, that's $300.
It's a steal for sure.
Amazing.
Just because.
So if people are looking for the book, send me the link and I'll put it in the description below because it's live now, but I'll add that for sure.
Yeah, but it's in Mandarin.
That's fine. We do Mandarin sometimes.
Yeah. Just to let you guys know, like flip it over. It's not in English. Yeah. Man, I was so. It's not.
That's all good. It's all good. No.
No, but the same thing. I mean, it's a accumulation of the things or the skill set that I developed and built up in the past 8 years. Okay. And I tried to make it as useful as possible.
Okay.
There's a QR code in there where you in the book that you can scan it. It directs you to a Google spreadsheet where there's like 90 different reference videos that I'm referencing in the book.
Amazing.
And you don't get that in every that takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay, wow.
But it's something it sort of when you're reading a book, it sort of resembles, going to a class, like an actual
there's just some structure
class.
And it's like it's not just some guy who's talking about philosophy.
No.
It's like, hey, this is how I did it.
I'd love to talk about philosophy as well, but then again, it's not this book. Yeah. But so it is a book. It's a book that will help you develop a set of tools mentally as well. I mean, to plan a video that you're trying to do. So let's say if you're trying to market your brand, let's say if that's the thing you're trying to do right now, then you don't know how to get started. Basically, I mean, there's a lot of ways to market strategy and
sometimes
all that.
It's there. If you look for solutions, it's like information overload, and you're just like
there's too much
analysis paralysis. You're done. You're like, well, forget it. Yeah.
And everyone's talking about a different focus. Like a lot of people are doing social media, focus on social media, focus on strategic planning, digital, marketing.
Yeah.
But this book just tells you, I just want to do a video.
Okay.
A lot of people start with that, and it's very relatable. I need a video. So why do you need the video? I talk about that.
Okay.
What big problem are you trying to solve?
Okay.
Have you identified the problem?
Okay.
And what is a possible solution? What's the big idea that can solve this, big problem that you encounter? I'm losing customers. I'm getting very bad rep online. No one knows my product. These are all big, problems that you need to solve.
Sure.
And videos can solve problems one at a time.
Yep.
It's a very good tool to, because nowadays everyone's watching videos and stuff.
Yeah,
but you still need to market your video or, trying to you just show it to people. Using different means of advertising. But then once they get into the video, it's a very good way to communicate what ideology, product, value, even just like we're having a sale or anything. It's a very good tool. But most people in Taiwan, or most clients, not also in Taiwan, but also in the mainland in China over there. Most people don't really know why they're doing the video.
Okay.
They're like, okay, I want to market X, Y, and Z. I want to show this product and what it does to my client, my potential clients, my customers.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you want to show? How do you want to show it? What kind of emotions do you want to create? And what do you want to portray your product to be able to solve? What situation?
So that could be like, that's the how to create a video.
Right. That you need to know all the whys before you can even discuss the hows.
Okay.
So that's what I'm just I do a guide into how you do that and my process.
Okay.
And also in the second part, I also talk about the creative process.
Okay.
How can you come up with creative ideas? How can you bring something that's familiar but also novel into, because commercials can't be totally novel. It can't be like a new thing it has to be familiar in some sense, but then there's also a twist to it. Also for movies as well. I mean, that's how I write.
Okay.
Yeah. So
makes sense. And
also the production side. How, like, if you're going to commission someone to a team to make a video, how long is it going to take? I've gotten requests like, oh, when do you need the video? Their client's like, maybe next week. I'm like, dude, man, come on. What kind of video are you talking about? Yeah, right. Funny. So I do have that, how long the production process takes. What is the process? What's pre-production? What's production? What's post-production? And what you as a client, because I'm talking to the clients mainly, what you as a client, what you need to do during these processes. Okay. You're not like, okay, here's my money. Take my money. Give me my video. That's not. It's a collaboration between you, your brand, your team, your marketing team, or your company, and this video producing or whatever team this is.
So they're thinking, I'm just outsourcing. Here's money.
Here's my money. Give me my video.
They don't want to do anything. Okay.
It's gonna be a crappy video.
Because I don't know about your culture or your company or your brand. I know nothing about it. Yeah.
And some clients are like, all right, here's a manual. Here's this is about my brand. Boom.
Yeah, I don't want to read that.
Read it. I mean, no, I have to read it. But then again, after I read it, you have to direct me. You have to highlight stuff that you need during in the video. I can't do that myself. I can guess, all day long and come up with something you're like, nah, that doesn't feel right. I'm like, what doesn't feel right? And they're like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I'm like,
yeah, that's tough.
Your feelings are off, man. I mean, that's just, what do you want? Good to me. What do you want?
Yeah.
Right. So
that's funny.
I agree. Being a videographer myself, the worst thing for as a videographer is like, okay, what do you want? I don't know. I want to convert. I'm like, but...
I want to convert. I want to sell stuff.
I want more people to click through.
And I'm like, there is a million ways to sell stuff. And what are you selling for starters? Yeah. Are you selling your product? Are you selling your brand? Are you selling both? Are you selling an idea? What are you selling? And they're like, I just get my sales up. I'm like, you have to tell me what you're selling, and then I can do that later. And half of that isn't even my job.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the video can do super well, and you can sell nothing. Seriously.
Yeah.
It can go viral, and you don't sell anything. Yeah. Because you designed it the wrong way. So
yeah.
That's a nightmare for a lot of my clients. And so this book for clients as well, but also for producing teams, production companies, especially managers where they're always complaining about their clients. I mean, read the book, you'll know. I mean, if you're able to educate your clients using this method, sweet. Seriously.
Would you ever consider doing an English version of it? Or no? It's too much work. Yeah.
No, I could, but it's just that I don't. I think it's
specifically for Taiwan.
It's a local book for a reason because
it's different here for sure.
It's a different culture, and nowadays I think in Taiwan most people are they're not hiring, let's say, agencies. They're not even digital marketing companies. They're even not doing that. They're like hiring 2 recent graduates. I'm not trying to say they're not, professional and stuff, but 2 recent graduates, and they want to, just market my I'm like, how are they going to do that? Come on, be serious. How are you? And then they start, I start talking to them. They start giving me ideas, and it's just they're all half baked ideas.
Gotcha.
There's, there's a catchy idea, interesting, creative idea. So where are you going with that? I mean, you have to have so much experience to be able to plan all this. Yeah.
They have very micro ideas, but not the bigger picture.
Yeah.
But it takes experience. You need at least like 10 years working for an agency to actually develop that. I was lucky enough because I was following around creative directors and asking them questions when I was in China, but yeah, I was lucky enough to be around these people, basically. And some big names as well.
Love it.
Yeah.
You don't want to name drop, yeah?
Well, yeah.
That's good.
They're going to go like, this book sucks, and now you're saying you followed me around. I'm trying to prevent all that.
That's all good, bro. All good.
Yeah. Just kidding. Good in the hood.
Let's grab the next one, brother. Let's grab the next one.
Is this going to go really spicy down the line?
Was that too spicy the last one?
A little bit for me.
It keeps going up. We can stop anytime.
Okay. I probably will stop here.
Oh, you stop here?
Yeah,
okay.
Probably.
Okay.
Because I guess that was. Yeah.
That's your limit, or we want to go one more? Or
possibly not. I probably.
Okay. No. Cool. No problem. Yeah.
I'm gonna think. This is probably a little bit closer to Sichuan level stuff.
Okay. Take him home if you want. Give him to your wife.
Oh, she's gonna love it.
Yeah. Throw him in the oven for like a couple minutes, and then bam.
Yeah.
She'll love them. The last one is rough. The last one is rough. Even doing it every week is pretty rough. The last one, yeah.
Man.
So yeah, take it home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Cool, dude. Cool. So yeah, I mean, we're pretty much caught up on what we wanted to talk about, I believe, man.
Basically my life, man.
Yeah, your life. Yeah. So what do you see sort of for yourself in like the foreseeable future? You're staying in Taiwan, right? That your son. Okay, your son's 5. He's going to a local kindy, I guess, right? Local kindergarten, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then after that, local school, right? And you want to stay
after
here.
After that, start rebelling, and then growing up,
Take care,
getting girlfriends, probably several.
There you go, several. Okay.
Man,
that's a little bit of daddy there.
Horrible. No. I wish. Well,
you got to teach him the American brain to get into several.
No, I got to teach him, respect.
The respect. Okay. Well, I have a girl, right? I have a little girl, and she does jujitsu. So that's what I taught. That's what I taught my girl, jujitsu. Well, I didn't teach her. She goes to jujitsu classes, and people actually know what they're doing. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
They show you should kick them in the balls right there when things get tough.
If it gets tough and there's some dude who's messing around,
do that.
Throw up the triangle, put him out. Yeah, right.
Wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like triangle out.
You mess
out
with me. You mess with
just
me.
Out. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, so I'm like, they were learning the triangle.
That's good. That's nice. So you don't have to have like a baseball bat like.
Well, I still will.
Follow her around all the time.
I still will, but I mean, I don't have.
Are you dating my girl? Whack.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I still would do that.
And then the boy, twist, story twist. The boy catches the bat in midair. And you're like,
oh, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
And you're like, whoa. Okay, you probably have the power to protect my girl. We'll see how it goes. Granted, first date.
It's tough. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one.
But I'll still have I'll be standing right behind you.
Yeah.
And if you say something wrong, whack.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because it's been tough. Pretty. Like my daughter's awesome. Like it's been pretty pretty easy to raise a girl, man. The problem with her. She's more like she's born and raised here. She's half obviously me, half my wife, but her brain is definitely way more like Western like me. So, but she goes to like local school, right?
Oh, wow.
And so she figured out a lot of the stuff that's not really useful way too early.
That's a lot of stuff that's not useful.
Yeah, she figured that out like very
that's
very
a lot
early.
Of stuff.
So the problem is she figured that out.
The education system is way behind.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's like the Western and the Eastern, they're almost like extremes, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like here, it's like, 7:30 to 4 and then 2 hours of homework and blah, blah, and, tests all the time. And then, which, if she fails a test, my wife is just like, what? And I'm just like, so, but then, then there's like the Western one where, 3:30, you're done. Done for the day.
That was my life
no
when
homework,
I was in Mississippi.
You do have homework, but you don't do
your
it.
Bike,
play
and stuff.
soccer, play basketball, go, do whatever
good.
you want. Yeah, play in the park. So I tried to do both of those with my daughter. I take her out a lot, but there's a lot of homework, which is kind of frustrating because it's a lot.
But I guess in the long run she'll get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Yeah. The only problem is she's 10 and she's figured out a lot of the stuff that's not that useful, and she's just like, that's useless. Like, well, you can't tell that to a teacher who's like who's like 60 and you're 10. I'm like,
don't
you can't.
do that's
I'm like,
very disrespectful.
I'm like, don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah,
you can think that, but don't tell anybody that. And she's like, well, I'm like, hey, don't say nothing. All right.
I couldn't shut my mouth when I was in high school.
Tough.
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah. Well, high school.
I got into so much trouble when I was in high school.
High school it's different because a teenager and the hormones and all that. She's 10, so
I am not studying this
chilling.
class. I'm getting out of here.
I'm out. Yeah, I dropped
out.
a lot. Yeah, for sure.
And I can still have good grades. Take that
Yes.
and stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
Not really respectful.
The problem is I didn't do great in school, and my wife did, and so my daughter's kind of in the middle. She's pretty good, but not like my wife level where it's like 90s, 100s for everything. So when she doesn't get like a 90 or 100, my wife's like very Taiwanese, right? It's like, well, how'd you not get 100? For her English test, I will be like, okay, you need to get 100 because you read Harry Potter books,
there you go.
and it's like ABCs. Yeah. So this you need to get 100 because that's ridiculous, right? I mean, literally reading Harry Potter novels, and then they're teaching you how to spell pants. So you need to get 100. And she gets 100, but sometimes she doesn't because she'll just be like, here you go, boom, and then play, right? And I'm like, I could see that. She
draws a very weird photo of her, a picture of her teacher, and then you guys get in trouble. She drew this on the test. What's this about?
The problem with her is because being mixed, right? They kind of let her get away with a little bit more. Like they'll be like, "Wow, she's mixed," so you can't really expect her to get 100.
I'm so envious.
Yeah, no, you can't really.
I did not look mixed.
The teachers will say that, right? Like,
yeah, I know, but I was like basically a banana. So I mean, it's
there you go, right? Yeah.
Came back and they were like, "No, you're Taiwanese." I'm like, "No, I'm not Taiwanese.
Yeah,
I don't feel Taiwanese at all."
Yeah, it's a hard thing, man. It's like when I go to Mexico. They're like, well, you're Mexican, but you're not really Mexican. You are, but you're not. You are, but you're not.
You think you are.
Yeah. And you're like, yeah, I'm proud Mexican. They're like, well, you're not really Mexican. I'm like, all right, thanks. Yeah.
Same stuff, man. Like when I go back to India, like if I'm ordering at a restaurant, I don't sound Indian. Yeah. I say restaurant.
How do they treat you then?
They're like, what? So there's one thing. I went back home. There's a couple of my cousins, my friends, and I.
Put your screen on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So a couple of cousins, friends, everyone, and I had a couple of short days. So I'm like, all right, let me just bring everyone together. And just like last night, and I'm flying out. And the bartender is like, okay, what can I get you? I'm like, okay, get me a gin tonic, but have some Tanqueray. He's like, what? Tanqueray.
Tanqueray,
what?
yeah.
Tanqueray.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm like, dude, I see that in the video, in the menu.
Like Tanqueray.
It's like I showed them. It's like, oh, Tanqueray. I'm like,
oh, there you go. There you go. With the accent.
Awesome. And then the bartender had the audacity. He's like, dude, just speak loud like how you would speak at home. I'm like, that's how I speak at my home.
That's crazy.
Wow.
He's like, don't try to be American.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
I think, it's very interesting to be, caught in the middle. They're calling, it's like a 1.5 generation thing.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough.
It is tough, but then I think it's also the best, experience
That's
in the
great.
world.
It's great. Yeah.
You get a mix of everything. You have a huge identity crisis.
Like I said, you got the buffet.
But then again, you get to be a world citizen, before, everyone else realizes they're a world citizen.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
You figure out that you don't belong anywhere like really early on.
That's pretty.
And then you're like, okay, I belong on planet Earth. At least that's true. Come on.
That's something.
You can't deny that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, for sure. Now, for saying same thing, man. Mexico and Canada, you're like, oh, you're Canadian. The funny thing is this. We're supposed to go home this summer to Canada, but we're not going to do it. We talked to my family. We're going to go to Mexico. The whole family is all going to meet in Mexico.
Where in Mexico?
Guadalajara.
Wow.
Guadalajara and Puerto Vallarta. So the Puerto Vallarta is like the closest beach city to Guadalajara, right?
Okay.
And so we're gonna go there. What we usually do is you go to Mexico, and I mean it's probably similar to India, but Mexican families are massive.
Yeah.
You got like hundreds of cousins and aunts and uncles, and it's great. It's good, but they all want to see you. And if you don't go to see this guy before you see this guy,
you're in trouble.
this guy's pissed.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, no, I don't want to see you now.
I mean, I guess
and you're like, man, how could you see this guy before you see me?
As well?
No, man, Mexicans do the same.
I know it's the same, but it's also something during the whole New Year's, kind of.
Oh yeah.
If you go see this, and also if you go there with this gift and that, oh man, you're in trouble.
We take it to the next level when it comes to weddings.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, weddings.
So first of all, our weddings are like gigantic 500 600 people
I'd love to go to
and we're not even surprised about that, right?
And
then there's a thing where you have to invite people that thank you for coming to our wedding. Let's start the wedding, right? And if you invite person X before person Y, first of all, person Z is already pissed, but you also pissed person Y. And the thing is, they don't have anything like hierarchical where one has to go before the other.
So there's nothing to go to go
Exactly.
Off of you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh wow.
But it is what it is, and then what you do is like you invite everyone together, and then they're like, "Oh,
well, I'm not going because that guy's here."
Yeah, it's like we're same now. No.
No, we're not the same.
I've got 2 cars, and he's only got 1 scooter. No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not even kidding. It's a thing.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well,
you can't please anyone. Everyone.
Nope. So for Mexico's the same. You go and you bounce around from house to house to house. And then they're like, oh, you saw this cousin before you see me. What's going on? And then the best experience, we would go Mexico every summer. Wow. But the best experience was everybody's in Guadalajara, right? And we'd go over to Puerto Vallarta, which is the beach town over. And the best thing we did was rent a massive place for the month, which is not too expensive. It's Mexico. And just say everybody's welcome. And then everybody would just come, and I'm like, everybody come. And then that was like the best. There was nobody arguing, and you have your own place. It was awesome. So this Christmas, that's the plan. We're going to stay here for the summer, and then Christmas time we're going to go. Same thing. We're going to rent like a massive villa for a month. My brother, my sister's kids, everybody's going to go. Wow. And then we're going to tell the family in Mexico, hey, we're here. You guys want to come see us? Come and see us. That's the best, because it's tough bouncing from house to house, and
if you don't come, that's on you, right?
And this cousin hasn't talked to that cousin for like 10 years because he said this when he was drunk, and you're like, what? And I'm like, I've been here twice in the last 2 decades. You think I care about what happened 10 years ago when you guys were drunk? I'm like, I just wouldn't mind seeing you guys. That's it, right? Because I don't know how many more times I'm coming. So it's crazy. Oh, this guy, talks a lot of crap and gay jokes, and you're just like, how about everyone just chills, has a good time, and we eat. But the crazy thing is the alcohol consumption is just like next level, man. Like you go, you drink, and you're having a good time. Boom, barbecues every day, drinking. Okay, cool. The next day you're like, boom, barbecues, drinking. All right, cool. Next day, boom, barbecues, drinking. Cool. After like 3-4 days like that, I'm like, man, I'm not drinking today. And they're like, why not? Pussy.
¿Qué pasa?
I'm like, man, it's 4 days in a row. That's
the limit.
I'm good. I'm good. And they're just like, what are you talking about? We do this like every day. I'm like, yeah, but having a few beers is one thing. But just getting shit-faced daily, I'm not going to do it. I can't do it anymore, and I don't want to do it because I want to watch the football match. I want to go shopping. I want to go to the beach. I want to go do stuff. I don't want to just get smashed every day, and everybody's just like. And so you take a couple days off, and they're still going, and then so a couple days later you jump back in, and it's just like.
Wow.
Your liver needs a break for like 6 months after that. So so you're like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you're old. Oh, you're a pussy. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, man.
I just value life a little bit more now.
I just kind of want to enjoy my trip. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah. Brother, we did awesome, man. You're going through the wings. Things are good.
I tried to go through all the wings.
All good, man. It's all good. No, not a big deal.
No, but seriously, they were awesome.
Well, thanks, man.
I love the flavors. I guess that you have like mixed flavors.
Yeah, for sure. The first one was buffalo.
Good. Yeah.
We did buffalo, and then we did chipotle, and then we did Korean. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I got a Korean zombie. We got to make that the zombie Korean zombie.
Want to do quickly pictures?
Yeah.
Because I think pictures have some story to tell.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go through the pictures. Yeah.
So this one's a very
dude, your
fancy
headshot.
look.
Bam. Let's wrap.
Wow. That's when I came back to Taiwan, I was working at a production company. That was fairly recent, I guess. Before I got into the whole hat thing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so that was
Speaking about hat, there we go.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Boom, baby. I love it.
This was actually in Spain where we did.
In Spain?
Yeah, we were, when I was studying in the States, they had these like summer programs.
Okay, beautiful.
And I mean, it cost an arm and an arm and a leg, but then again, it's so worth it to go.
Español? Okay, how's the Spanish? Good.
Spanish is good.
Okay,
good. I mean, we went to Antigua.
Okay.
And they had this,
That's
the
Guatemala,
festival.
No?
What?
Antigua is Guatemala, no?
Oh, Antigua, Guatemala. Yeah, no, we went to. I can't remember the Spanish. I also went to Antigua for a documentary shoot, but I don't have this on photo. This was in Spain.
Beautiful.
So we went to a coastal city. I can't remember the name, but they had this festival where they burnt like huge, paper like sculptures.
And is that Burning Man in the
USA? I think so. I can't remember.
I never even heard
Not
of
Burning
that.
Man. No, not Burning Man. No. It's a coastal city where they parade these huge structures of
cool.
I guess gods and demons and stuff, and then
really?
they burn them.
That sounds like Taiwanese. That's crazy.
No, but that's also Mexican, no? The
parade. Day of the Dead,
so.
Maybe
a little bit,
man.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
it was there. We went there for a summer program and
I love it.
Shot a short film there. And
I love the hat. I love the hat.
Yeah, I just got a hat. I guess I got it off from a DP, a friend.
Beauty.
There's this one with the mic. What are you filming?
That mic looks crazy. Yeah.
That was back in Miami, where because we have to rotate, being different crew members.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, because it's cheaper, basically.
Yeah, I know, for sure.
You're helping out with with classmates, and they'll be helping out with your. And you start picking a profession, so to speak. Some friends that are good with cameras. They're DPs all the time.
Okay.
And there's this whole, people who wanted to do producing. They want to talk to people. And I'm like, I don't really feel comfortable with both of that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick one that no one really wants to do or doesn't feel that it's a profession. And I had I had a friend that like, oh, then you should do sound department. And like, that is brutal, but you're true. That's true. That's brutal because no one remembers the sound guys. I mean, I started doing sound on set and basically for everyone.
That's a killer mic, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a
boom mic. A boom monster.
And it's amazing. How you can get sound on set.
So you're the guy standing with the thing.
I'm the guy standing on set. I'm the guy that gets fit into the back of the car, the trunk, wherever you don't see, and you have your mic sticking out.
Sound guys are underrated, man.
Yeah,
man,
underrated.
No, seriously. And I'm always shouting, quiet on set, and I get shouted back. And it's like, come on, dude. I mean, we're working. Yeah, I'm like, no, I gotta get room, tone. And they're like, chip room tone. And I'm like, no, I need room tone, or someone's gonna be, shitting in my face later on.
Yeah.
And no one respects that. It's seriously. It was so funny. I mean, I got to, and I respected my sound guys a lot more when I was doing my, thesis project.
Well, that's the thing. You got to try everything, and then you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
All
right. Respect. Yeah.
This one.
Oh, this is from Discovery. This is back in 2018. Yeah, we did 2018 for this is in Australia, the Pink Lakes.
Okay.
So
shoot.
the
Nice.
lakes are pink. They have pink lakes also in California, smaller ones. But this was in Australia where it's pink because the algae and also bacteria, they have like a pink pigment or pink reddish pigment.
Gotcha.
And so it's super salty. It has like 6 times the amount of salt than
Really? That's what
salt
makes it
than
pink?
seawater. So it's super salty but the bacteria thrives on that. And it's pink.
Can you go in and then stuff, or
You
not really?
You can. I mean,
Not
for a short
advised.
time, I
Okay,
think
okay.
it's good. But it's the wind is so salty that it actually it damages your skin a lot.
Really?
And so I actually
Wow,
got like
crazy.
a really bad bruise from that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's the last one of you flying.
Oh yeah, this is
that's gotta have a good
back in
story.
Taiwan a few 2 years back when I was
Superman.
doing a shoot. I was a first AD for a Taiwanese PTS film, 公共电视. Yeah, for that
Okay.
TV station. And they so for this one, we had some effects, a little bit of sci-fi-ish or dream effects, like someone was falling off a building and stuff. And as the first AD, you get to go and check, how it's going to be done, equipment. You get an idea of the safety on set and how these people will be managing the safety of our actors and
So
stuff.
you're like the test dummy, or what's going
No,
on?
I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to do that. I just wanted to do that just for fun. And the guys were like, you should try it. I mean, like, is this safe? They're like, come on. And so they just pulled.
We'll see if
there were
it's
like 3
safe.
guys that
Like,
pulled me out.
we'll let you know after. Yeah, awesome. Okay,
But it was
beautiful.
nice. It was nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. All
Thanks
right.
for showing those.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I would just
Back.
sometimes the conversation gets good, and then you forgot. Oh shoot, I didn't bring the pictures up. Yeah, so that's good. Thanks for that, man. Appreciate it, man. So do you have anything you want to add before we cut it, brother?
Yeah, last thing where you asked, but I think we forgot. It was lost along the
my brain
thread.
is,
Is
busted,
you asked about future?
Future.
So
yes,
yes,
yes.
what I think I wanted to do, or
Next 5 years.
apparently write stuff.
Okay.
Write stories, get my stories produced,
Okay.
made, short or long form, doesn't matter, because I was actually divorced once. Actually, that's left out of my story.
Okay.
So I'm actually developing stories. I mean, in my screenplays, at least one person is divorced. Come on.
That's
you
cool. That's
take
all right,
elements of your life.
You got to take what's going on. Yeah.
And by doing that, I realized something that, actually writing is a form of therapy. So it does. It helps you revisit some of your past experiences, some even, you consider as traumas, traumatic memories and stuff.
Okay.
Writing does help with that. In Taiwan, there are a few therapists that actually are pursuing, this kind of therapy.
Okay.
But I don't want to do that. Like there's a teacher, a writing teacher in the States. Her name is Natalie Goldberg. I'm studying her books right now. She resides in, I guess, New Mexico, I think.
All right.
In a small town there, and she does her classes sessions there. In Taiwan, there's a professor that's also a psychiatrist, psychologist. I mean, his name is Zhou Zijian. And he has a clinic in Taipei, actually.
Okay, cool.
And he teaches classes on storytelling therapy. So it's like he guides you to revisit some of your past traumas. Tells you releases some of the tension because they are traumatic memories. It creates some really bad vibes in your and also bad habits. Also bad reflexes that are happening right now, every day, just because of those. So you need to go back and take care of it. It's like like a wound that you need to actually tend
wound,
to.
yeah.
Well, not open. It's closed. It has been closed for a few years because it does heal on the surface, but it never really heals beneath.
Okay.
So it's a technique. Storytelling is very powerful. I've experienced it myself firsthand, and it's something. Next 5 years, you mentioned. I really want to get into some of that. And if I'm lucky enough to, be able to guide, a few students to be able to do that, sort of do a self-therapy-ish, kind of writing session
That's
of
cool,
some sort, that's something that I really want to get into. I'm still learning the craft in a way because I want to do it right.
Of course.
Because if you do it wrong, it's like it's like a second traumatic experience again, all over again.
That's hilarious.
You need to treat the wound correctly. There is a surgical procedure to do that, and I'm not a professional. That's why I think I need to be more careful when approaching this method. But for me, writing has always been a practice, and it's also been a form of therapy, I guess.
Okay.
And it's awesome. I mean, if you like writing, I mean, you should definitely incorporate that into your practice in life, or one of your practices in life. And it's great to write.
I think it's great because everybody has different skills and different passions, and
some people
that's
draw,
amazing.
some people dance.
That's right. Yeah. Beautiful. I love it, man. Any tips for anyone who wants to be in your position?
Well, if you really want to do video, film, the whole film industry kind of, I mean, you have to, just get your experience early on and see if it's right for you. I mean, that's my it's the same tip that I give to all my students. Try it out. See if you want to devote, your life trying to, in such a profession. It's going to be hard. I mean, most recently there are good friends. Actually, it's a friend of a good friend, but that died on set. That's pretty recent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a DP and also a sound guy. I mean,
here, really?
Yeah, here in Taiwan on a shoot. And so,
That's a huge bummer.
It's not the safest, job in the world. It's definitely not safe, when it comes to, working overtime and getting your liver kicked all the time.
Yeah.
And it's also not safe because it's not stable. You're constantly being underpaid sometimes, I guess. But then again, if it's still, despite all that, if it's still, the love of your life and you're cursed to do this for your life, then do it. Then start enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That would be my advice.
Okay. Beautiful, man. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for checking out the show. Appreciate it. We'll take the spicy ones home for your wife. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching the show. Yale Yang, everybody.
Peace.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye.